In the current era of globalization, many of the younger generation are not familiar with the stories of their own region.
Moral degradation has often occurred, resulting in the loss of self-identity. If we don't start digging again, will this country lose one of its precious stories again?
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hey everyone, let me introduce ourselves. I'm Wimarta Heriyadi Revanda.
And I'm Aulia Damayanti.
We are from Manila, Madrasah Aulia 1 of Lamongan. Here, we would like to present the result of our innovation with the title Histories, Application as a Moral Painting in High School Student in Lamongan, through introducing the story of Lamongan history. Quote from Kompasiana in 2019, moral degradation often occurs in the younger generation. Adolescents are a generation that is vulnerable to negative influences. Indonesian society is also closely related to moral. Moral are very influential on self-judgment, and moral cannot be separated from one's body and its environment. History is an important aspect that has benefit, one of which is moral education. Lamongan has many kind of historical stories, among other the story of Rongo Hadi as a propagator of Islam in Lamongan, as well as the story of Kadets Wokok as a hero of Lamongan pride.
The objective of this study are: first, instilling degrading moral values in the younger generation, especially high school student or equivalent in Lamongan district. Second, instilling in adolescents on the younger generation, especially in Lamongan district, to get to know historical stories in Lamongan by utilizing application-based technology. For that we have an idea of this problem, namely histories, application as a moral painting in high school student in Lamongan, through introducing the story of Lamongan history.
We use research method beginning with literature study, collecting data to be used in the Kepler, making application, implementing respondent, collecting data, and finally processing data. We also use the waterfall development model as a method for creating application, starting with the application need analysis stage, then application design, then implementation, and finally testing.
The need analysis is made by keeping in mind the future of the application, namely the story content page, which is presented in the form of a conversation message and an interesting storyline, making user not easily bored when using the feature. In addition, the content of the story are also made concise, but still include all the point in the story. Then, the quiz page, introducing historical stories in Lamongan through the question presented to test user understanding and instill element of moral values, thus making the historic application the right place in meet this need.
At the beginning of making historic application design, it was designed by manually drawing the appearance of the application and prototype, so that we know how the storyline in the application is in the type, so that it can be conveyed properly to the user. The application implementation process is carried out by creating an application using the Microsoft PowerPoint tools installed by iSpring Suite 8 for conversion to the website and Web2 APK Builder for website conversion to the application file. The following is a display of the historic application, which contains an intro page, a menu page, a story content page, and a quiz page.
In obtaining data, we have 5 indicators, namely appreciation, concern as much as 87%, fear of good boys 90% of the age, ethic and habit 90%, courage 89%, and respect for differences 90%. The efficiency contained in this application are: first, using the story recognition method. This method is used with the aim that the younger generation will know the historical stories of Lamongan and instill moral values in the younger generation, especially in the Lamongan area. Second, application-based. Following the current era of technological advances, the historic application learning media is associated in application-based technology that is packaged in a short and attractive manner.
The conclusion that can be obtained from the explanation above are: first, history is a technology that's educational application as a medium for moral cultivation in high school students, and its equivalent which contains several historical stories of Lamongan. Second, history is packaged briefly and interestingly to further youth interest the history of Lamongan as well as an appreciative medium for releasing love for the country. That's all our presentation. We hope our innovation can make young generation more understanding about local history. HISTORIES, the apps for introducing local history. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.